What is going on, everybody? This is Justin Martinez, aka Jay the Sports Dude, coming to you all live from my apartment. Hopefully you all are staying at your homes as well, practicing social distancing and staying safe during this pandemic, guys. I'm here to provide you all with a little bit of extra entertainment. That's right, it is time for some NBA 2K20, where I put the New Mexico State Aggies in as an expansion team on a 30-game season. Single elimination playoffs, very similar to an NCAA campaign, and we have been streaming one game a night every night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. For the most part, there's a couple days where we've had to change it around. But we are here tonight for a game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Let me just make sure that my audio is correct at the moment. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see right now. I would hate to do an entire video only to find out that it is that the volume was not on. That would be pretty bad. So give me 1 second to figure that out right now. Make sure all of that is great. Let's see. That would be pretty bad. That looks good to me. All right. As you guys know, for some reason I have to wait until I start the live stream to upload the thumbnail for this. So I'm doing that right now. And I think we're all set. Cool. There you go, folks. So as I said, we have a game against the 76ers, but last night was a very good contest, probably the best one of the season so far. The Aggies emerged with an 87-84 victory over the Knicks of New York. It took a very late comeback. There was about a minute left. The Aggies are down by 6, and they somehow managed to come back and win this game by 3. Ivan Adekoya with 21-9, Jabari Rice with 19-4, and then CJ Bobbitt with 9-5. Here are the rest of the stats for y'all to take a look at. As you can see right there, the Knickerbockers putting up 22 from RJ Barrett and then 17 from Alfred Payton. A little bit of surprising performance there. Here are the rest of the stats. Mitchell Robinson, 10, 15, and then 10 blocks. Absolutely insane. Rest of the stats there. And then we had the All-Star game. Quick look at that, just for those that care about that. Jabari Rice, Ivan Adekoya. This is the World versus USA. A couple of guys from the Aggies showing up in this one because everybody's considered a rookie since they're created players. And then for the actual All-Star game, Ivan actually made the All-Stars only Aggie to do so. He had 4 points in 6 minutes, and now that sets us up for a matchup against the 76ers. This is a matchup between the 3 and the 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. Again, I don't know why the Aggies are in the Eastern Conference, but they are. Aggies are the 3 seed as of right now. 76ers are the 4 seed. Let's take a quick look at the matchups. Ben Simmons versus A.J. Harris. Josh Richardson versus Jabari Rice. Tobias Harris versus Trevelin Queen. Al Horford versus Johnny McCants. And Joel Embiid versus Ivan Adekoya. A quick look at the threads. The Aggies are at the Pan American Center, which means it is the classic home white jerseys for them. And then for Joel Embiid and the Sixers, it is the royal blue, I guess that color would be described as, with the trims of white there. So let's go ahead and get started for this one, folks. Hope everybody's having a good day. Doing great so far. Let's turn this volume up. I'm doing great. No complaints. Haven't been doing too much today. I made a couple phone calls just for a couple articles, but nothing too crazy today. Getting ready tomorrow.
Clifford KB1s.
Tomorrow we have the interview with Tennessee Owens and Bryce Rewalt for episode 3 of Stray Shooter. Looking forward to that one. That'll be released on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. You can check out the first 2 episodes. The first 2 episodes, first one was with Terrell Brown, and then the second one was with Evan Gilliard. Those are here on the YouTube channel. They should have their own little playlist. It should say Stray Shooter or Stray Shooter episode, something like that. Yeah, and if you turn on post notification bells after subscribing to us, and you guys, oh my gosh, somebody is at my door. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Thank you, sir. Sorry about that, folks. We back. We are back. Yeah, if you turn on post notification bells, then you guys will actually get alerts whenever I go live for stuff like this or whenever a new episode of Stray Shooter is released. So make sure to do that. I would appreciate it. Oh, I paused it because I was going to put this in neutral. You guys already know we put this in Tesla mode, which means we let it run for itself. And we just sit back and watch the contest. Game time. But yeah, tomorrow's interview with Bryce in Tennessee. I did send out a tweet on my Twitter at JTheSportsDude. If you guys want to ask Tennessee and Bryce any questions, because I do a fan segment, a fan Q&A segment, you guys can comment on that post and ask some questions for Bryce in Tennessee. I'm probably going to pull about 4 of them, 2 for each. And I think as of right now, we only have about 3. Normally, more of them come in later in the afternoon, right around this time. So if you guys want to do so, then it's at JTheSportsDude, and it's my most recent tweet. But that's enough of all the plugging stuff. We got a ball game here, folks. The 3 seed versus the 4 seed. We have about, I want to say, 5 more games left, including this one. Al Horford for 3. Cash. Yeah, about 5 more games left in this regular season, and then we have single elimination playoffs, which is going to be intense. Should be fun. See how far the Aggies go, because it does look like they will make the playoffs. I don't think it's officially locked up, but it's pretty much. They'd have to lose the rest of their games. Jabari for 3. No good. Finds Yvonne down low. That's my matchup of the night. Yvonne Adekoya versus Joel Embiid should be a good one. I'm trying to move so that way I'm completely in the screen. There we go. It's a lot better. Again, still no haircut yet, guys, so we are struggling out here with the hats. You're going to be seeing a lot of this LA hat, pretty much. I don't have too many hats. I only have like maybe 3 or 4. And I was going to wear a black one today, but for the life of me, I cannot find this hat. Which is weird, because it's not like I have a full house here. It's just a regular apartment. You know, I don't know where it could be, but yeah, I can find it. So we're back with the blue hat. Sixers up 5-2 as of right now. Ben Simmons taking it to the rack. Gets the board. Gets the putback. I really hope Ben Simmons is working on his jump shot there in this quarantine. He's got plenty of time now. I really hope he comes back with a jump shot there. Stephen M, appreciate you for tuning in. He says, just tuned in, what did I miss? Any haircut news? No, still very bad. Oh my gosh. Well, right now I have really bad hat hair because I've been wearing my hat all day today. I've been out and about doing stuff. Still no haircut news. It's very unfortunate. I'm getting closer and closer to just giving myself a buzz cut, but I'm not quite there yet. We'll see what happens. Honestly, I would just give myself a buzz cut. But the thing is, I've been doing the Stray Shooter interviews, and so it's actually me on video, because if not, I wouldn't care. Like, you know, I'm here at my apartment for the next couple months. Why not? But because I've been doing these episodes, I really don't want to. I don't really want to wear a hat for the Stray Shooter interviews. I don't know if I want it to be like a really formal thing. I think the web series in general is pretty informal, so maybe wear a hat. I don't know. I'm going to try again tomorrow to find somewhere. Steven, you need to shave your hair for all your fans. I don't know if people want to see that. I don't know. But yeah, the interview with Bryce in Tennessee is tomorrow at 12. So I'm going to try to find a place tomorrow morning where I can get a haircut. Honestly, I'm not even picky at this point. I'm just going to ask for a really basic haircut. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. But yeah, appreciate you for tuning in. And all the comments on the videos. I know you commented on this channel and also on when like Straight Shooter was being published on the main Las Cruces Sun News YouTube channel. I appreciate all the feedback and everything. 9-6, 76ers. I also saw you just subscribed, so thank you for that. Earlier today or yesterday. And sorry, yeah. Ooh, nice dunk by Simmons. I only have one of these. I would buy more of them. But yeah, it's just this one. Any updates on Jaquan Scott? Still nothing. We know that he's narrowed it down to Kansas and New Mexico State. But, for some reason it's taken a little bit longer than expected. I know when he narrowed it down to Kansas and then MSU, he said his decision was coming soon, and I want to say that was getting close to a full month from now, right? A full month ago. But hasn't come out with anything yet, so, obviously he's going to be keeping it pretty tight-lipped, so until he announces it, I really don't have any news on it.
Kicks it to Harris.
But certainly that would be a great ad for New Mexico State. I know they've been nice block by Johnny. They've really bolstered their backcourt, which I think was the top priority because A.J. Harris is possibly not coming back because Sean Buchanan is on the move.
To take it right at
So C.J. Roberts and Kalen Williams, I think, two really good ads. And now I think the focus is really shifting to finding maybe a small forward, power forward type player. And Jaquan Scott at 6'8", I believe, can fit into that perfectly. So that'd be a big ad. I'm still not fully sure what their scholarship situation is going to look like for New Mexico State. But I'd imagine Scott would get one of them. But definitely, as soon as I know something about Jaquan or any other roster news, I'll make sure to tweet that out on my Twitter at @JTheSportsDude. I am following Jaquan on Twitter, and I've got the post notifications turned on, so anytime he tweets something out, I'm looking at it just in case it's the announcement. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. 13-10, Philadelphia. Evan with the ball, the speed, and the layup. Really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do this season with the Aggies. Because we know that Jabari Rice and Johnny McCants are going to shoulder a lot of the scoring load, but now there's a good opportunity for Evan to really, I'm not going to say completely get back to how he was at UTEP where he was the #1 scorer, but he's going to get a lot more shot opportunities this time around. So we'll see. I think he did a good job last season, though, of finding that balance between being the A scorer and also being the top facilitator on the team. You'll probably have to find that same balance again this season. Steven, you need to promote your live show on Aggie Alert. Yeah, I haven't yet. I probably should. I really should. I know somebody told me. Honestly, didn't even know about Aggie Alert until a couple weeks ago. Somebody had told me about it.
For the playoffs.
So yeah, I'll make sure to do that. I'm actually looking it up right now.
Out against Burks.
Probably, yeah. I'll have to make an account and stuff, but I'll do that. I'll do that after this episode for sure. Because hopefully this is going to become a regular thing. I know this season, this virtual season, is winding down. But once this is over, what I'm going to do, nice find. Once this is over, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back and watch the full games from last season for New Mexico State and the real life ones. Because I know they have them here on YouTube for the most part. I think they're only missing a couple games. So I'll sit down and watch the entire game, kind of just pause it every now and then and break down a couple plays. I'd imagine that will get a lot more engagement in people's interest, because this is kind of like this. I really just started this because we started a new channel. I wanted to have videos out every night, but for sure I'll be promoting the upcoming thing with the real games. I'll be promoting that a lot more. But yeah, I really didn't know about Aggie Alert. Nobody had told me about it until about a week ago. So I started looking at it. It's actually pretty cool. The community that there is there. Have a borderline blowout in the making here, folks. Aggies got to turn it up. CJ's been really good for them lately. Goes up. No good, though.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots.
Thibault is actually really solid for them this year. A really good defender, actually. And I believe this is his rookie year or his second year. But a really good 3-and-D play right out of the gate. Trying to find, I think he's a rookie. I want to say 2019 draft. Okay. Alec Burks also on the squad, traded from the Warriors.
Dividends highly effective down there with the physical play.
I get why Golden State made the move,
He's been
though.
quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Burks is actually having a really solid season for the Warriors, though. Obviously, just because they needed somebody to score. But I want to say the Warriors got 2 second-round picks out of it, which is not bad. Terrell, 3-ball, no good. Aggies have been struggling to get their shot going here. Got it. Yikes. 19-point game. Last bucket by Terrell. Deep ball. No good. 34-15 at the end of the first quarter. That is not pretty. Not pretty so far. I saw that Fred VanVleet spoke about Chris Jans. Obviously, their two were connected to Wichita State. Jans is the assistant there, while Freddie and Ron Baker, who else was on that squad? I forget the other guys, but they went, 35-0? Got off to a 35-0 start. So that was cool to see. So they used one of the best defensive minds in the country. I didn't really make that connection because I knew that Freddie went to Wichita State. But, you know, when you think of Toronto and the connections to NBC, you think of Pascal Siakam first. But, yeah, they have two connections there with Fred Van Vliet. It's connected to Jans, and then obviously with Pascal being an alum. Pretty cool. Clayton pull up, no good. What I need to do also is I need to make a video kind of saying, hey, we have a new Sun News Sports account, and post it on our main YouTube channel, because that one has about 1,600 subscribers. So if we could even get a fraction of those to come over here, that'd be great, because we're just trying to build this new channel. We would kind of like to have the sports and then news separated on their own accounts. So that's kind of been my off-season project, if you will. I've been putting out a video every day, putting out a couple new series with the straight shooter, with this, that kind of stuff. So we're making a push for more video content, and then of course once the season starts, we're gonna have a lot more content on here. Straight Shooter, the season-long podcast, is actually going to be a video now, just like Straight Shooter. We'll actually, either way, if they pay me back for it or not, I'm going to get a green screen, and I'll put a little saloon background and everything. We'll interview the players in person. I know you guys have really enjoyed them breaking down film for Straight Shooter, so we'll bring that to Straight Shooter. The Lob, got it. We'll be posting the press conferences that Jans has every week. That'll go unedited in full here on the YouTube channel. Game highlights, because I actually record a couple plays during the games, the ones that I attend at least, obviously. Those will go on the YouTube channel. So we're going to have a lot of stuff here in the future. Yvonne, no good. We got Bryce here on the court. Josh, Money, they have been on fire. Absolutely on fire. There you go, Bryce. Yes, sir. Bryce with the bucket. Going to work on, was that Melton? I think that was Milton. Tobias just got paid big time by the 76ers. Yeah, they were kind of in that spot this offseason where, you know, you either pay and stay competitive, or you don't and just maybe start to hit that reset. So they were kind of in a spot where they had to pay Tobias a pretty big amount. I forget the number. I want to say it was like 72 mil, if not more. Let me see. My bad. 5 years, 180 mil. I don't know why I thought 72. Oh my gosh. Whoo. Whoo. Yeah. Yeah, and they just paid Ben Simmons too. Good steal by Vaughn. Oh my gosh. Chill, Kyle O'Quinn. Chill. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. So, I mean, it makes sense that they're having to get these sort of budget guys like Alec Burks, Korkmaz, also pretty decent shooter. Yeah, they kind of have to find these steals because they don't have a lot of contract money wrapped up, or they have a lot wrapped up. Horford's on a pretty decent deal too. Didn't have the best season. I thought he would be a better fit just because he could provide some pretty good spacing with Embiid, but obviously age is starting to kick in for him. Jabari, no good.
Horford's got his 4th rebound with that last one.
It has been a struggle so
inside,
far.
Korkmaz.
Good block by Von, though.
And here we go.
Trev
Ahead.
finds Bari. No good. Oh my gosh, it's one of those nights, it looks like. Might be one of those nights. Tobias at the line. First one's up. Got it.
The improvement is.
I do like Tobias Harris, though, for what it's worth.
There's a check in for lights out.
He definitely got, I would say, overpaid.
Pass to Harris.
Just because the Sixers needed to keep him to stay competitive with
Here's the
Butler
call.
leaving.
Back to Harris. Over Simmons.
But I still think he's solid. I still think he's a good player. Trev, no good. A lot of missed shots down low by the Aggies so far. 1 for 8 for Queens so far. Good steal. Oh no. Alright, gets to the line. First one's up. Oh boy. We saw this in the second quarter last night though. The Knicks were down by, I believe it was 22 at one point to the Aggies. And they actually came back to take the lead, so we've seen comebacks happen, but definitely this is a very tough spot so far, to say the least. Good contest by Johnny. A lot of turnovers here. Yeah, real sloppy play so far. Pull up, no good.
Here's Richardson. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different.
39% shooting for the Sixers, 29% for the Aggies. Let's see what questions have been asked for Bryce in Tennessee so far today. I know we haven't gotten too many. I think we only got 3 so far. Like I said, if you guys want to ask Bryce or Tennessee any questions for the fan Q&A segment, I sent out a tweet at JTheSportsDude that you guys can check out. You see, this is what I don't get. 21 likes, 5 retweets, but 3 questions. What are you guys doing? If you're liking and retweeting it, you might as well ask the guys a question. We got, what do you guys plan on doing after you graduate from NMSU? That's a good question. I know Bryce is actually a journalism major, which is pretty cool. He did a little bit of sideline reporting.
Any passing big that we have in the NBA.
So I don't know if he's leaning towards that or print or whatever, but that's really cool. I've told him before that if he wants to send me some of his work, I'd be happy to take a look at it, give him some pointers. And then I don't know what Tennessee's majoring in. I don't know. I know most of the team is individualized studies, but actually we can find it on New Mexico State's website. because they list what everybody's majoring in. Let's see what Tennessee is majoring in. Individualized studies. Yeah. So I don't know what he's looking to do. But yeah, it says Bryce's journalism. So yeah, that's a good question. I'll definitely use that one. Top 5 cereals, not really related to Bryce or Tennessee whatsoever, but I think this guy is a friend of Bryce in Tennessee. Because he looks like a college student. Yeah, and Bryce and Tennessee follow him. Okay. So this is one of his friends, or one of their friends. And then somebody, my favorite one so far, who wins one-on-one? That I'm for sure going to ask him. For sure. Because I want to know. From what I've heard, Tennessee wins more often than not. But then again, that was Tennessee telling me that. So I don't know how credible that is. But yeah, I'll definitely ask them that. But yeah, for sure, if you guys want to ask any more questions, it's on my Twitter. You just comment on my most recent post. There it is. Aggies getting doubled up, 48-24. Too easy. Like, where are the bigs? Not a good look so far. I did turn the difficulty down because, for those who aren't familiar with how we do this, the difficulty rating. Oh, William McNair for 3, no good. If it's a team that's not very good, I make the difficulty 94 out of 100. If it's a team that is pretty good, like the 76ers, I make it 93 out of 100. So a little bit easier. Just I do that so that way every game is close. So I did lower the difficulty for this one, but it is still a blowout so far. Don't know what's going on. Thibault is killing them. Is that 12 points for him now? Yeah, killing him. One last possession for the Aggies here. Try to get some momentum heading into this second half. Jabari is going to throw it up. Gets it to fall. Difficult shot over Joel Embiid. They needed that desperately. Let's take a quick look at the halftime stats. Wow, that was a tough shot. Jabari Rice with 11 points and 1 board. 4 for 9 shooting, so not bad. Yvonne 5 and 5, doing Yvonne things on his way to a double-double. Terrell 5 points off the bench. Evan with 2 points. Trev 1 for 8 so far. Definitely got to work on that efficiency. And then let's see the other team. Thibault 12 points. I would not. If you would have given me 4 guesses on the leading scorer for the 76ers at halftime, Thibault would not have been one of them. Like Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, even Alec Burks, Josh Richardson. No. Thibault's going off. 9 points for Burks, 8 for Simmons. All right, so we are at halftime. Apologies, guys. Work stuff. The usual work stuff. 28% shooting for the Aggies. Getting out rebounded by 15. Not so great. Yeah, I might be checking my phone a bit today, like usual. I'm working on an article about how COVID-19 has affected all three levels of sports in Las Cruces, so college, high school, and youth sports. So it's a lot of calling people. New Mexico State, talking to the AD, Mario Mocha, talking to Chris Jans. High school, talking to the LCPS AD, to high school football coaches, and then youth sports. Been trying to talk to a lot of the organizers for all different sports. So I kind of got like messages going back and forth with a bunch of people, so I might be checking my phone a decent amount tonight. Apologies. All right, 25-point game. Goodness. Trev, let's get something going here, man. Gets the putback, no good again. Tough. Tough, man. Yeah, that height is definitely a problem right now for the Aggies. When you look at this lineup, Ben Simmons, obviously, what is he, 6'7", 6'8"? For a power forward? No, he's even taller than that. He's like 6'8", 6'9". Josh Richardson has good height at the shooting guard spot. Tobias Harris can easily play power forward, and he got him at the 3. Yeah. That's a problem. That's a problem for New Mexico State. Is this the tallest team? Or at least the tallest starting 5 in the league? It might be, right? I mean, the Lakers come to mind just because they got LeBron at the point. And then AD and JaVale or Dwight. But yeah, this team is up there. Ooh, foul there by Trev. (58-29). Aggies haven't had a game like this in the Pan Am in a very long time. Trev going at him, can't get it to fall. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's too easy. Trev gonna go at it again. Yeah, somebody else has to get involved here. 1 for 12 so far. Good D by Jabari though. Let's get out on that fast break. Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those nights. Tea time. Terrell Brown in the game. There you go. Instant offense. I think I said it a couple episodes ago, but Terrell Brown actually started a YouTube channel to post some of his, highlights, because obviously graduated, trying to either go to G League route, overseas, something like that. Either way, continue his professional career. So if you guys want to check that out, his name is Terrell J. Brown is the name of the account, or of the channel. I think he's got a couple of highlight videos already up there. When we talked for straight shooter, he said that most likely he's going to G League route, which is a good route. So we'll see how that pans out. I know he's still listening to agents too. He hasn't signed yet. Trev is signed. Trev is with Hazen Media Management, I believe is what it's called. And then Yvonne, I forget the name of who he signed to because it's a company or an agency in Spain. He just recently signed to, I think last week. Yvonne going at him, draws the foul. First one is up. Gets to the foul. 2 for 4 so far from the line. Yeah, he's had his struggles. The free throw ratings are actually based off of what the players shot this past season. So they actually are realistic. I think Yvonne was at around, I want to say he was in the 60s. So that's where his free throw percentage is. I think the worst one this season was Johnny, I want to say. Was like high 50s, low 60s. Yeah, I try to make these attributes pretty realistic. Obviously, I had to give everybody a bit of a boost just so that they can compete in the NBA, you know, since most of these guys aren't going to the NBA. If I just made it how they actually were, they would be getting blown out. But for the most part, like, I try to make it pretty realistic. There's still a couple things that could use fixing, like their tendencies. For some reason, Yvonne here always shoots like these turnaround shots at the mid-range, which he never does in real life. As you guys saw, William McNair pulling up from 3. That's not a part of his game right now. But for the most part, it's decent, considering I made it pretty much all from scratch. Got the Mississippi Menace. Draws the foul. I know the big question with the Sixers is, do they continue with this pairing of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, or maybe break them up? Personally, I'm still willing to give them another year or two, just because they still have a lot of time left. But it's not the best, you know. Just Simmons, his lack of shooting just makes it really tough for him to
Here's G.
be a good pairing with anybody, honestly.
Right wing.
But, you know, the East is still very much for the taking, so I don't think they should really try anything too drastic right now.
Sends it back.
And they can still be competing.
Shot clock at 5.
Buchanan, no good. McNair, also no
They
good.
had their chances, but came up empty. Harris kicks to Burks.
Steven, as a sports journalist, are you able to play FanDuel? I'm not. I can't gamble on anything, which does suck. I never played FanDuel, but I do a lot of like fantasy football, fantasy basketball leagues. I always fill out the March Madness brackets, which I can still do. I just can't put money on it anymore. And for all those things, I used to have, like, I did it with my family. So, like, for fantasy football, we have 12 people in a league for, like, $50 each or something like that. March Madness, I think it was like $100 for March Madness. Like, we took our sports gambling pretty seriously. But I had to stop with that, unfortunately.
Get it back.
Although,
Pass it to B. Second chance shot.
when I was filling out the bracket 2 years ago, I actually picked New Mexico State over Auburn. This is when I was still a reporter in North Dakota.
I mean, even from over here,
I did like very base researching for all the teams, you know, like what you normally do when you fill out the brackets. And yeah, I actually really liked New Mexico State. It was the first I'd really looked into that team. I knew who the Aggies were, obviously, but I never looked into like AJ and Treb and Eli and all that. So yeah, I actually picked them over Auburn, and so it's just kind of funny how a year later, or less than a year later, now I'm covering that team. So that's pretty cool. They had that game too, man. It messed up my bracket because I want to say I had them beating Auburn, and then beating I can't remember who was the other team that they were going to face in the round of 32. But I had them beating that team too. I had them making it to the Sweet 16 because there's always like a 12 seed that does that. So yeah, I had that, and it just didn't pan out, obviously. Ill Will with the throwdown. Yeah, so when I got offered the job for New Mexico State, I already knew about the Aggies because of that. But it's actually pretty cool because my younger cousin, who also lives in San Antonio, like that's where I went to high school too, was on the same football team as Josh Atkins. So they're actually really good friends. Like their families are friends. Their families, my cousin's family and the Atkins family actually just hung out, I think like a week ago, something like that. So they still talk a lot. So I knew about New Mexico State that way too. Even though I'm not covering football and I knew I wasn't going to, it was just cool because it's like, oh hey, you know, I'm out here the same place where Josh is at. Yeah, they were both on the same football team at Smithson Valley in San Antonio. I just met Josh once. I wasn't like particularly close with him or anything like that, but I had met him before. But it seems like he's really happy with his choice to go to UTSA though, which is a good fit. I mean, obviously lived in San Antonio, so gets to go back home. But yeah, it's a small world. Very funny how all that kind of stuff works out. Jabari, no good. I've been waiting for this comeback to happen. It's a 31-point game.
Wing, wide open.
33-point game.
Jeez,
He's shooting 6 for 12.
Tough. It's one of those nights.
Burks has gone an even 50% from the field, shooting 6 for 12.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Clayton getting up there.
And with some major force. And typically, he is not the
Still
major
waiting for it to
force in
become
that
official
regard.
that Clayton's coming back, but just from what I've been told, that does look like it's going to be the case. AJ still looks to be a little bit more of a long shot, but still hope for him as well.
From outside the arc.
Tobias, no good. 75-44 with 1 quarter remaining. That's the assist of the game? Okay. Didn't seem that great. Oh, man. They have Glenn Robinson III and Raul Nato and Mike Scott on the court. That's how you know it's a blowout. Stephen M., who do you think will be the starting center for the Aggies this year? I think the benefit of the doubt is going to go to William McNair just because he's already, quote unquote, paid his dues. Although I still think that once Mayan Kerr gains eligibility, hopefully by the start of the spring semester, he has a lot of potential. He can stretch the floor a little bit better than Will. But I'd imagine at the start of the year it would be Will, since really the only other eligible center is going to be Jacob Tryon and then Wilfred Lakai. But I don't think there's a real definitive pick yet. I think it's going to be open. Jans likes to have it that way where, whoever shows the most promise in the offseason is going to get the gig. But yeah, my guess is probably Will so far. I'm expecting a pretty big jump for him this season. Since, making that move from your freshman to sophomore year, that's usually when you make your biggest jump in production. We saw that with Jabari this year. So I think Will's in for a pretty good showing. Will McNair. One of the better nicknames, I think, on the team this season. Oh, nice find. Can't get it to drop. Gets the putback. And free throws. This person looks nothing like William McNair, though. Some of the people I created actually look like the real players. William McNair is not one of them. This looks nothing like him, so I apologize to Will for that. I think Trev looks a decent amount like himself. Yvonne looks a lot like himself. Bryce and Tennessee both look pretty accurate. But there's some bad ones for sure. Well, it's too bad we didn't get a good game here tonight, 75-49. So this means the Aggies will move down to the 4 seed. We have I think we have 4 more games left in the regular season after this. Once that's over, it is playoff time, single elimination. That's going to be a crazy one. I think what I'm going to do, after all, is I am going to do the whole playoffs in one night. So it'll be, if they make it all the way to the championship, that's 4 games in a row that we'll sit down and watch. So it could be a very short stream or a very long stream. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. But I'm still not sure yet. I might just drag it out to 1 game every night like normal. But we'll see. We shall see what happens. This is not a good sign, though, because this is one of the teams that Aggies are probably going to have to go through. And it has not gone well tonight. Bible. My foot is so asleep right now, man. I've been having like my leg crossed. Oh, my foot is asleep. Let me switch it up here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, by the way, whether you're watching this live or on playback. If you missed any of this, if for some reason you want to go back and watch this blowout game, it will be here on our YouTube channel. If you're watching it within 24 hours of the stream ending, you go to videos, there's going to be a little drop box to the right, and you click on that, and you click on live streams, and it'll show up. After 24 hours, it'll become a regular upload. You guys can find it really easily on the channel. But yeah, this one has been pretty ugly from the start, honestly. We got Bryson, Tennessee in the game, though. Hopefully they can get some late buckets. There's one. No, there is not one. Good hustle by Johnny, though. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. I don't know what that little thing that Johnny does. That's really weird. I've never seen any NBA player do that before. Oh my gosh, get out of the way. Benjamin Simmons. I don't know if his name is Benjamin or not. I'm assuming it is. The Aussie, the Australian. Midi by Terrell Brown. Good find. Yeah, Embiid's been a problem tonight. 10 points. 14 rebounds for Embiid tonight. Pretty crazy. Turnaround shot. No good. Good rip by Terrell. Racing down the court, gets fouled. .530 left. Let's see if they can at least cut into this. Make the score a little bit more respectable. Down 24. I forget which game is tomorrow night, but Wednesday night is going to be the game against the Toronto Raptors, so that's going to be a cool one. Get to see Pascal face the Aggies. That'll be this Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, I can't remember who the team is tomorrow that they're facing. I'm trying to think of teams they haven't played yet. They haven't played the Timberwolves. They haven't played... Who else have they not played? I don't know. We'll look at it after this game's over. See what tomorrow's matchup is. But I know for sure Raptors and Timberwolves they haven't played yet. There's not a lot left at this point. Oh, Al Horford just snatching it out of the air. Korkmaz, turnaround fader, tough. Tough, man. Yeah, this has not been pretty. 3 balls, Sean Buchanan. No good. Good D by Vaughn. Good find. Oh, can't get it to drop. There's been a lot of that tonight. A lot of missed opportunities down low. Warford leaner, no good. Pull up. Can't get it to drop. Good rip. Good fine bucket by Johnny. Hey, finish the game strong, guys. That's all you can do at this point. We got Bryce in Tennessee coming back in. Waiting at the scorers table. Simmons with the deep shot for him. Extending his range, but no good. Tennessee! There you go. Both Bryce and Tennessee get on the board today. Just like real life, we have a season-long competition. Who's going to get more points this year? Right now, I think it's Bryce by a lot. I want to say by like 10 or 12 points. Still a couple games left. Oh, tough matchup for Sean down low. Lock him up. Mississippi Menace. No. Not quite. Not quite this time. That's a tough matchup. That's a toughie. For sure. Is he going? Oh, nice find. Great decision by Tennessee there. All right, pad the stats, Tennessee. Get that assist. Again, I'm talking to Tennessee and Bryce tomorrow, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, episode 3 of Stray Shooter. Shout out to y'all for all the support we've gotten for that so far, by the way. I think the one with Terrell is at about 225 views. One with Evan is at about 170. Really good considering we have, what, 29 subscribers? Really good. And then, yeah, episode 3 is going to be with Bryce and Tennessee, the dynamic duo from Centennial to Las Cruces natives. And the way it's just been working is that at the end of every episode, I let the player I'm interviewing decide who's going to get interviewed next. They kind of just get to nominate one of their teammates. So Bryce and Tennessee will have to, I guess, just agree on that for this episode. So we'll see who's up after this. So even I don't know. I have people asking me all the time, like people have been messaging me. They're like, who's next? Or when are you going to interview this person? I don't know, man. We just leave it up to the players, you know? I think they really enjoy that, though. Because they always get excited when they get to pick. So it's cool. And we're going to be doing this until all the players are done. Whether it's guys who just graduated like Yvonne, whether it's incoming transfers, you know. We're going to be doing this hopefully for the next 2 months pretty much. Should be about 2 or 3 months worth of people to interview. So if we don't get to your favorite player right away, we will get to them eventually. Yeah, and hopefully this will provide a good amount of entertainment for y'all, along with all this other stuff, like we are doing these nightly live streams. We'll be watching the real-life New Mexico State games from last season once this virtual season is over. And we'll be doing that every night also, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, just like this. Non-stop video content for you guys, man. I know you guys are dying for Aggies content with this quarantine, so I'm just trying to provide that for y'all. Aggies fall in this one 89-63. Probably the worst game so far this season. This one was tough. This one was tough, but still a couple more games left in this season to turn things around.
Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Let's take a quick look at the statistics. Terrell Brown, 16 points off the bench. He's actually been playing really well lately, right? Oh, actually, no. He's had a couple of rough games. But 16 is really good. 6 for 11 shooting. That's solid. Jabari Rice, 13 on 5 for 13 shooting. No double-double for Yvonne, but 9 and 8 still pretty solid. 6 and 9. for Will. Bryce gets 5 points. I didn't even see him hit that 3. How did I not see that? They showed. Oh, okay. Corner pocket. Nice. 4 and 12. 12 boards for Johnny. 4 for Evan. Here's the rest of the stats. 2 and 2 for Tennessee. Gets a pair of dimes. Was it Thibault leading the way? No, Ben Simmons. 16 points. And then a lot of double-digit scores here. Embiid, 14 and 15. 14 from Thibault. Here's the rest of that for those that care. Let's put this on mute. And let's check out who we got up next. For those new to this, the reason why I put it on mute is because there's music playing in the background when I'm on just the main menu. And when I put that here on YouTube, they can actually hit me with a copyright claim, which means we can't make any money off the video. And if they give me a copyright strike and I get 3 of those, they can shut down the entire YouTube channel. So we put this on mute. I can have the gameplay going on. But yeah, when we're in the main menus, it's always on mute. Tomorrow's game is against the Cavaliers of Cleveland. Let's take a quick look at this matchup before we get out of here. Let's see. Colin Sexton. Oh no, Darius Garland is at the 1. They got Sexton at the 2. AJ Harrison, Darius Garland, Jabari Rice, and Colin Sexton. Trevelyan Queen and Jetty Osman. Johnny McCants and Kevin Love, and then Yvonne Audico-Echea and Andre Drummond. The recently acquired Andre Drummond. This game is on the road? No? Yeah, on the road. Okay. Here's the rest of the contest for the season. So this is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Wednesday night is the one that I've been waiting for all season. On the road against the Raptors, where they get to face Aggie alum Pascal Siakam. Thursday will be the Detroit Pistons at home. And then Friday will be the season finale at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, same as always. At home against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then this weekend, I'm still deciding if we're going to do the whole playoffs in one night or if we'll space it out. But I'll for sure let you guys know before we get to that point. But I think that is it, folks. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, whether you've been watching this live, like Steven, shout out to you, Steven, or whether you're just watching this back on playback, guys. I appreciate it. Please leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notification bell so you can get notified every time we go live or every time I post an episode like Straight Shooter or press conference. We have so much video coming out, video content on the way, guys. So please make sure to subscribe, show support. I appreciate it. This has been Justin Martinez, a.k.a. Jay the Sports Dude. And wash your hands. I'm out.